This is Cory Mitchell with TradeThatSwing.com. We're going to look through the current swing trading watch list. I am just updating this. I updated it pre-market on August 6th, and once I do the video, then it'll be updated on the site. So our last update was July 27th, and yeah, we're updating it on August 6th. We're going to go through the earnings plays and best swing trading stocks list. I did not go through chart patterns. So let's go through what's been going on. Like I said, I updated this before the market opened, so we're going to see what has gone on since. So this is from the prior week Coursera. This is pretty much textbook what we're looking for. Sharp move up on the earnings. That big first candle closing near its high, big increase on volume. Then we wait for the pullback, and once the price starts making higher candle highs after the pullback, or once that pullback starts, so that's usually about day 4 or after. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. This would have been a day 5 entry. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 entry. And I'll usually put the stop loss just below that swing low that just formed, and then once the trade gets going, then I use the ATR stops, and this one's set at 6, 1.25. Sometimes if it's a really volatile stock and that, you know, it's not really moving up, sometimes I'll use it too. But 6 and 1.5 is the standard. Also from last week, this one has not triggered, and as you can see, so we got the move up, and then once it started to fall, we did not get any moves above candle highs, and now it's dropped away quite a bit with the weakness today. So when I made my comments, no trigger, becoming a deep pullback, would need to trigger very soon. Remember, I wrote that in the pre-market thinking, okay, if it moves up today, it had just moved below that low, and then we start to get the move up. Now with this move down, you know, it would pretty much have to move up today. Otherwise, this thing's nullified. And even this deep pullback, I don't love. GNTX kind of had the same thing, but turned just at the right point, basically. Like it just got below that initial candle low, but then made the turn up. So we got a trigger a couple days ago. And stop loss would go right below there. And this is a bit of a weird one, right? So that's why we have the initial stop loss, because now it actually has to move up to get the ATR stops back below the price to use it as a trailing stop loss. ZEPP, this is a weird one. Huge moves. As you can see, it went from $2 up to 14. Had earnings, went from 12 up to about 24. So obviously big potential, but also what I don't like about these is that when things get really crazy, it can open one day at 22 and then, you know, trade around, and the next day it could be at like 14 or something. You have huge gap risk, and so this one I'll probably leave alone. I left it on the list just because it's kind of interesting. I want to see what happens in it, but if I would trade it, it'd be a very tiny position, or it's just, yeah, not really my COMM. Nice big move up. This one's been on our best swing trading stocks list for a while. Had a nice move up, and I believe it was also on from another earnings. Could have been, was that one? Yeah, that's actually a 20% move up and triggered on the earnings, trailed us out there. XMTR. So most of these ones now, we're waiting for the pullback. So we've had the move up, and we're just waiting for a pullback to begin to give us a potential trigger. I don't love that, right? It's just erased it basically right away, so we'll have to see how that turns out. But right now, that one not looking so good. Remember, I did this pre-market, so all I saw was this candle. That's why we're waiting for a pullback. So lots of things need to happen. Then we need to see a move up above a candle high. But that's not a great first candle, just erasing what we had. So that one could get erased pretty quickly or discarded. This is more what we want. Nice move up, a little bit of continuation, waiting for the pullback. Lots of these, same thing. Same thing, nice move up, waiting for the DOCN, yeah, same thing, waiting for the pullback. Waiting for the pullback. Waiting for the pullback. And pay the final one of these. Again, waiting for the pullback. So now we can go into this is the strong August best swing trading stocks list. So just updated on August 3rd. Joby's above, so no potential trade there. HLIO, this was recently discussed for a chart pattern for a rounded bottom. Also had a trigger here to get in. Sometimes when it gets really far away from the line, you can, once it triggers, you can wait for an entry a little closer to the line if you want as an option. But this one had a nice rounded bottom pattern, as you can see. Nice pop above, new swing high, pullback, provided a nice entry there. This is this is just thrown on here to show basically the risk, the reward. You could use a target for a chart pattern, or you could use trailing stop loss. But different entry. This would have been an entry, yeah, right here for the TATR strategy, the trend ATR, which is what we're using in this. This one's above, so no potential trade there. This one's kind of close to the line. This one's below the line, so a cross back above would be a potential signal. When you can see in strong stocks entry there, we would have got stopped out right there, so capture a nice chunk of that move. Same with this one, cross above. This one would still be going if we are in that one from earlier. This one been running a long time since the last signal. Same with that one. This one just crossed above, so right near the entry area. This one just crossed below following earnings, so AMD, this would require a move back above. Pretty big drop. So what I like to look at is how big is this drop compared to prior drops, and that'll help me assess whether I'd want to even consider this one. So that drop was about 11%, drop about 10%. This one right around 13. So we're not really out of the ballpark of what pullbacks have been. This one 14%. So we're still in that area, but if this one were to get quite a bit bigger, let's say 20%, actually that tends to shy me away, because now it's like, well, something's changed. These pullbacks were all around 10%. This one's double. What's going on? Why the big sell-off? Some people might look at that as, hey, it's a value now, and that could be for a different strategy. But for this one, which is high momentum, I want brief pullbacks similar to what we've been seeing, and then quick bounces back when it sells off too much. That nullifies it for me for this strategy. This one hanging out near the line, but hasn't crossed under. This one just had earnings today, so I would nullify this simply because that's a really big drop compared to these other little drops that we've seen. So SMCI would get deleted off. HIMS just dropped below. A little bit of a sketchy mover big gaps in the price, even unrelated to earnings. Lots of little gaps each day. Not my favorite kind of movement, but at the moment it is below. So waiting for a cross back above. These ones are all above. This one below. Warner Brothers, nice move up. So far, this pullback looks very similar to prior pullbacks. So if we started to move back up, could still potentially trigger a trade. This one just moved back above. Very briefly popped below, and now we're moving back up. This one below, waiting for a cross back above. This one above, this one below, waiting for a cross back above. No trade potential there. Coursera we already talked about in the earnings, but it's also just because of its momentum is also on the best swing trading stocks list, but it is above, so no signal for the TATR strategy as of right now. This one is below, so it could have a potential trade if we cross back above. eBay, nice move up, it's holding above. This one could also be, actually I might have missed that one. How big was this move up? 19%. Yeah, so this one could be put on the earnings list as well. Sometimes when I go through them, how I scan for them, for whatever reason, if they fall out of a certain date range, I'm kind of looking back a few days, and this one might have just got missed. PLTR, that one also had earnings. How big was that pop up? And it was kind of a flat day. So yeah, this one wouldn't make the earnings list, but eBay definitely could be also an earnings play as well. Move up, pull back, waiting for price to move above candle highs, and that works out because, you know, this one's above the TATR line. We'd need to move back below. We're very close to it, and then a move up to signal the TATR entry. So that is all the watch lists. I did not update the chart patterns this week just because we had a lot going on already with earnings and the TATR watch list. Hope that helps you out. Have a great trading week out there.